Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Muhammad Usama Zafar, 2018MA115. Today we will study how to measure the tapered angle of any object using sine bar. Under the supervision of Mr. Muhammad Waqas Rafiq, in charge Metrology and Quality Assurance Lab, Department of Mechanical Engineering, UET Lahore. Let us jump straight into the roadmap of my presentation. First of all, there is a brief introduction of our case study, then the construction of sine bar apparatus, working principle, its type and the different types of errors. Then there is a comparison between two sine bar apparatus for measuring the tapered angle of small objects and of large objects. Then there are some benefits and limitations of our apparatus, and at the end the references. Sine bar. Sine bar is a precise angular measuring device designed to use with block gauges and a flat surface plate. It is also used to locate any object at a given angle and to measure the angle of any tapered object. This one is the more precise definition of the sine bar, a precision face-centered angular measuring instrument that is used along with slip or block gauges. Why we are mentioning face-centered? Because if we want to measure the angle between two lines, we can simply use any protractor or bevel protractor. But if we want to measure the angle between two faces, then we will use a sine bar. Let us understand the basics of sine bar. Sine bar is made up of high carbon, high chromium, corrosion resistant steel. The purpose of selecting this material is to avoid any type of tear and wear when we are measuring the tapered angle. This eliminates the errors and maintains the accuracy of sine bar. Now this is a very simple representation of our apparatus. We can see our straight steel bar that is called sine bar. There are rollers that have parallel axes. The length of sine bar is nothing but the distance between two rollers, that is generally 100 mm, 200 mm or 300 mm. Some relief holes are provided just to minimize the weight of sine bar apparatus and to facilitate the handling of our apparatus. This is a very simple construction of our apparatus. We have a flat surface plate, some block gauges to measure the height, our main apparatus sine bar, workpiece that for which we have to measure the tapered angle, and a dial gauge. Now see, if we want to measure the tapered angle, this tapered angle theta, we know that if two lines are intersecting, the angle between those two lines are equal. So this angle theta will be equal to this angle theta. And we also know that the law of algebra is if two lines are parallel, then they form equal angle with x-axis. So this angle theta will be equal to this angle theta. And similarly, if these two lines are parallel, the angle they are forming with x-axis are equal. So this theta angle will be equal to this theta angle. So if we want to find this theta, we have to measure this theta angle. Now here is some trick. How can we say that we require this much height? For that we will use a dial indicator. We have to make this surface of our workpiece parallel to our flat surface. That's why we have to adjust the height of block gauges so that this surface will be parallel to the flat surface. How can we check that? For that we will use our dial indicator. We will place the dial indicator over our workpiece and we will move dial indicator in to and fro motion. If dial indicator indicates 0 position for complete one motion, then we can say that now this surface is parallel to this surface. Remember, sine bar is more accurate for angles between 15 degrees to 45 degrees. If our object have angle greater than 45 degrees, then we have to use other apparatus like sine table or compound table. Here is the working principle of our apparatus. The principal operation of sine bar is based upon the application of trigonometry. that is sine formula. Now let's suppose that we have a very simple triangle A, B and C with certain height and length, and we want to measure this angle theta. We know that we can use sine theta, this formula, that is the ratio of perpendicular over hypotenuse. Our perpendicular is BC, that is height, and our hypotenuse is AC, that is length. So our formula becomes sine theta is equal to BC over AC, and that is equal to height over length. If we want to measure the angle theta, it will become sine inverse of height over length, where theta is the required tapered angle. It is very simple. Let us understand with the help of a simple example. Let's suppose we have a height of 50 millimeter that we have made with the help of block gauges, and the distance between two rollers, that is 100 millimeter. We will apply the sine formula, that is theta is equal to sine inverse of perpendicular over hypotenuse, 50 millimeter over 100 millimeter, and we will calculate the theta, that it comes out to be 30 degrees. This is our required tapered angle, that is 30 degrees. Very simple and easy to use. Here are some types of sine bar apparatus. First one is sine center. It is used to measure the angle of any conical object. As you can see that there are two centers at the end of our apparatus. Rest of the things are same, like relief holes and rollers. We will place our conical object here, and we will simply locate the angle, tapered angle of that conical object. Second one is sine table. So sine table is a special type of sine bar that is used to measure that is used to position our workpiece over the surface, and there is some locking mechanism to hold the workpiece at a single position so that we can measure the angle very accurately. Third one is compound sine table. It is used to measure the angle of large workpieces. Basically, it is the combination of two sine tables that are placed over right angle to each other, and we can measure the compound tapered angle of any complex object with the help of compound sine table. There are two types of errors in sine bar. First one is progressive angle error. This error occurs due to the error in the distance of centers of two rollers. To avoid this error, we use pre-designed length of sine bar like 100 millimeter, 200 millimeter and 300 millimeter. Second one is contact angle error. This error occurs when the surface of component and the roller axis are not parallel to each other. To avoid this error, we use dial indicators so that we can check our the surface of our component is exactly parallel to the flat surface. This is a very simple comparison for measuring the tapered angle of small objects and of large objects. So this is very similar apparatus as we have seen earlier. It is used if the length of our component is less than the length of sine bar. So we will place our component over the sine bar apparatus. Rest of the things are same, like we have to measure the height with the help of slip gauges, and we have to measure the length. We will apply sine formula, sine theta is equal to height over length, and we will measure the theta, that is tapered angle. But what if our component is larger than the sine bar apparatus? Then we have to use some additional components, like for measuring the height we will use vernier gauge. We will measure the height h1 with the help of this gauge, and we will measure the height h2 that with the help of this gauge. Then we will subtract the greater height with lower height to get the actual height. Rest we have to measure the length, and we will apply this formula, sine theta is equal to h1 minus h2 over length. Then we can calculate easily the tapered angle. Now see, there are some benefits of using this apparatus. First one is it is very precise and accurate. We have other angular measuring devices also, like bevel protector, collineometer, etc. But sine bar is very precise and accurate. It is simple in design. We have seen earlier that we have compound sine table and simple sine table. But as compared to those apparatus, sine bar is very simple in design, and it is easily available. It is very easy to handle and it is very easy to use also. But there are certain limitations of using these apparatus. First one is critical angle. It is impractical to use sine bar for angle above 45 degrees. If our angle is large, so we cannot handle the rollers easily. So it becomes very difficult. Number two is position. It is difficult to handle and position the slip gauges. Again, the sine bar becomes physically clumsy to hold in position if our angle is comparatively large. Compound sine table and simple sine table are used to measure the angle above 60 degrees, so we can use those apparatuses. Third one is fixed center. The application is limited for a fixed center distance between two rollers. We cannot vary the length of two rollers when we are measuring the tapered angle of a certain object. Fourth one is errors. Slight errors of sine bar cause large angular errors. If there is a small error in our measurement, it becomes very large at the end. So we have to keep our measurement very focused. And the last one is projections. Any unknown projections present in the component will cause to induce errors in the angle measurement. So this is the end of our study. Here are some references that I have used to collect the data. Thank you very much for listening. If you have any queries, you can ask.